Does it look okay? You got eyes. Can you see?
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. All I can see is like.
No, I'm saying
my head's small.
I'm saying
my
is
thighs big.
the shot okay?
It seems to be, but I think there's a bit more of this space on my side.
No. Okay. We can change that. But I'm saying is the shot. Are you happy with the angle?
No, I told you I want the angle up.
So we want it to be up, looking down.
I think that's better, but
Okay.
it doesn't have to be.
It's gonna be a test run, isn't it? But I know that when things start going in the front, All right, ready?
Hello.
Happy?
Yes.
Like the shot?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm gonna speak in my ASMR voice for the whole podcast. That's not a thing. It is a thing. It is a thing. ASMR videos, people are making money off them. What you doing now?
All right, let's go. Do you want to introduce the show? No, not ready for that yet. What's going on, people? Welcome back to CHATaBOX. How do we start this?
Where to begin? Where
could we begin?
I'm leaving this in your responsible
We got
hands.
big news, people. Which I tell you, I just got to get through these.
Can I just say, you do ASMR all the time without even realising.
No, that's
eating.
mukbang.
What?
Like a mukbang.
What's a mukbang?
This is a mukbang. When you eat on a mic.
Oh, is that not ASMR?
Yeah, I guess ASMR is like.
And they're like...
Anyway, people. First of all, I'm happy to be back. Hope you guys didn't mind the week break that we had over the bank holiday Monday. Second episode with KAIRA went out. It's trending alongside the other ones. Doing very well. Very happy. Had some sad news come in between then and now from our dear friend LITOS. And long story short, he will not be coming back to the show.
That sounded so dramatic.
It is dramatic.
It's dramatic.
I don't actually know how to say it.
He's alive. He's well. He's healthy.
Alive. He's well. He's healthy. But I'm not gonna say too much because maybe he'll say it in his own way on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or maybe he'll come on the show in a few weeks and let us know properly. But just to let you know, we had a good conversation. No negative, no bad. But he said things happen for a reason. While he was away and saw me and KAIRA doing the show, he felt like, or he was feeling like taking a step back. And
life is life in.
Life is life in. And he feels for now, or for now, podcasting is not something he needs to be focusing on. And he saw an opportunity for us to continue and make sure that the show carried on. And yeah, that's what we're going to do.
So we hope you stick with us for the ride. I know I'm not quite Lito, but I will try and be the best version of myself. not a version of Lito, but a version of myself. Yeah. I hope you guys stick with us, and then maybe we'll pick up some other people along the way as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess this is like season 2 of CHATaBOX.
Yeah, CHATaBOX 2.0.
CHATaBOX 2.0. Saying that though, how do you feel about the name CHATaBOX?
I'm not the biggest fan of it. Well, do you know what? I was thinking about this, yeah. I was like, if we were to blow and we were to get really big and then everyone's like, oh my God, how did you come up with the name? I was like, should we lie? Because I was always called a CHATaBOX as a kid. So it's kind of fitting.
I'm not a CHATaBOX. I'm not a CHATaBOX.
No, I am though.
You are a chat. You are. Speaking of which,
yeah,
KAIRA being a CHATaBOX. I don't know if it come up from, was it comments? Was it comments?
Just me.
Or was it just you, your own?
Yeah.
You chat a lot.
Yeah.
You do chat a lot.
Yeah.
Especially if you're explaining something, you detail everything.
Yeah.
You also detail all of the branches to the story.
And my mind goes off.
You go off.
Yeah.
And you do chat.
Yeah.
Which I love you for. I will always sit back and listen, even if for 5 minutes of the story my mind goes elsewhere and comes back. Okay. Yeah. I love you.
Yeah.
But in to help with your chatty patty.
Can I just say that this was my idea?
It was your idea.
This is not being
but you didn't think
on
you
on
didn't
me.
think this was here and this was coming out. We have the red button. I don't know if it has batteries in it. Oh, which we're gonna keep right here.
Yeah, but there's a quota. You only get to use it once in the episodes.
Well,
you can't just do it every time I talk.
What I will say is I will not rinse this unnecessarily.
Yeah.
But if ever you're going on and on and on and I just think you've got a bit, I will just give you a little.
And what's the rules? Does that stop the conversation? You ever see what I mean? You're going to be a menace with it.
No, I won't. I will not rinse this.
His hand is just going to be like this anytime I open my
Yeah,
mouth.
just hovering. Like if you see my hand, maybe you start wrapping up.
But yeah, back. So that's one new addition.
Yeah.
Is the button. Yeah.
If she's ever chatting too much, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I will give her a little. Because she gets very passionate. I will say
Yeah.
that you are a CHATaBOX, but you're very passionate.
Mm-hmm.
Very passionate about things that have nothing to do with you or us.
But the thing is, I feel like, I think I said this before, but when I'm with my girls, we'll be like bouncing off each other. But
Whereas
you're just there like
listening, waiting for you to.
You're like, that's it. That's what I get back.
Is that how you actually feel when you talk to me?
Yeah. I feel like I have to talk faster and talk more because I want you to get my point and I want to be interesting.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I'm defeating the object by just talking more.
Do you know what it is though? Like, and we've had these conversations before, yeah?
Yeah.
It is like, because you go on, like, I like to interrupt
Mm-hmm.
and you don't like being interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I like valuable interruptions.
But
like I might be like, yeah, and the thing is though, is that with the London buses and you're like, bus, like the 343, I remember the 343. And I'm like, it's not relevant.
Don't do that.
It's not relevant.
Don't do that.
You do.
Don't do that. I don't do that. But this is what you do, right? You'll be like, the story is about a cat that is sick on the road that you've walked past.
But there's always context.
Right. And this is what you'll do. You know what? I came home and there was a sick cat on the road. And it's funny because cats originated in 19 blah, blah, blah. And, you know, in 19 blah, 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 that's around the same time that they had slave blah, blah, blah. And then the slaves are, and there was this one slave named Jeffrey that he would become famous later and wrote a book, an article, and a poem. And then I get lost in all of that. And then you circle back and goes, so anyway, I gave the cat some cat food. And I'm like, how did we go? Like, where did you, I forgot we was talking about a cat.
I reiterate.
Yeah.
There is always context.
All right. And it's that sort of context that might get you the...
Okay. Anyway, back to the name. Talking about digressions.
Right, so with CHATaBOX, like I said in an episode before, I think with you, I didn't initially like the name, but I didn't care enough to voice it. But then it has grown on me over time, and I do like the name now. However, this being a new show, I did check on YouTube, you can just change the name. So... do we keep the name CHATaBOX because you are a CHATaBOX? Or do we find something that's more suitable and relatable to us? With in mind that this podcast is only going to be here in the UK for how many months? 4 months? 5 months?
Yeah.
4 or 5 months, and then we're going to be traveling and we're going to be continuing this podcast, but from Thailand. Is that recording?
Yes. When you say recording,
is there a red REC flashing? Great. So yeah, could you imagine like maybe we're traveling in Thailand? Does it now make sense that we're called CHATaBOX?
Well, the thing is, what I like about the name CHATaBOX is that it is quite generic.
Cool. The fact that you just said what I like about the word, and that's enough. If you like it, I've grown to like it. Do you guys like it? You guys
hope so.
Hope so, because we've got mugs and stuff.
But then it's like, with CHATaBOX, it's quite generic. So it's like, it could be us with a guest. You could basic. You could have like someone else on.
Yeah. Do
you get what I mean? Whereas if you make it like, not this is so cringe, but like something that was like the Mr. and Mrs. podcast or like
I wouldn't
a
want
couple
that.
Thing, then it becomes that.
I wouldn't want it to be that.
Yeah. Whereas CHATaBOX is more generic, and it means that like, just like how you got sick of Lito, when you get sick of me, you can.
I wasn't sick of Lito.
I'm joking.
Oh, don't say that, because like with all that's going on, I don't want people to start thinking anything's wrong.
I'm only joking. That was a joke. But what I mean is that means that you've got room for like variation.
Fine. CHATaBOX it is.
However, I did say that I would like to bring some more structure. The red button is like one element of it.
Yeah.
I did ask if I could have a book segment, but that was closed down.
I didn't close it down. I said, what are we doing? You gonna
I
talk
might
about
occasionally, we could do like a recommendations. Doesn't have to be books. Could be series, other podcasts.
I'm down for that because you're my series buddy. And Leo never wanted to talk series with me. Mm-hmm. That's one thing. He never wanted to talk series because he doesn't watch anything I watch. Yeah. I don't know what he watches.
So we won't have the structure for this one, but we might be able to create some like more structured traditions, things that we want to do regularly.
Yeah.
When I say structure, I feel like you like start to do this like
rules, regulations.
But what I mean,
I feel like you're gonna be like, all right, it's now time for me to do my segment.
Yeah, well, someone has to do it. Someone has to do it.
I'm up for it. One thing I'm excited about having you more involved in the show is you are Monica from Friends.
Okay.
Which means you are very structured. You like an itinerary. You like to plan fun, which I think a podcast does need. Some sort of structure. I don't have anything.
This ship needs a captain.
I put the camera on. I make sure the mics are working. Is the mic recording? Yep. It's working. And that's me done. So anything else is kind of a bonus. And I guess that's what you're bringing to the show. Leo did with his paper. Bit old school. But I think you're like an AI bot compared to that. Do you know what I mean?
I'll take that.
Yeah, so you can make sure that the show's getting... Like, for example, you want to put this on Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah, because I liked the end of the last episode when it cut out and you could just hear our voices. I actually preferred that to the video.
All right, so look, for those of you who don't know, like me, a lot of podcasts go on Apple Music and Spotify. So
Amazon Music.
The next 40 seconds of this is going to be
Wondery.
A little example of what that would sound like. Imagine you're driving in a car. They can't see us right now, by the way.
Oh, right. So
they're
listening
it's going to be black. So
tones.
Yeah, just listening to our soothing voices.
Yeah, and then when we argue and it gets a little bit heated.
Hey! Put your tits away. You know? So yeah, like look out for that. KAIRA's going to... This episode should be on Apple and Spotify Music. This should be the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, so... Right. Season 2 starts now.
Season 2.
We're on all platforms.
And also you listen to YouTube, all of these like podcasters Spotify, and they...
Apple Music.
Well, I can't guarantee that.
Is that it? Is that everything?
Wondery.
What's that? Another podcast app?
Yeah.
Wondery.
Yeah, BBC Sounds.
BBC Sounds.
All of them.
All of that. And it's good because you have got a voice for radio. I never said face. I never said face.
I did actually do a radio course, you know, with Represent.
Your husky voice.
Represent. I did a radio course.
Show them how you sing.
Oh my God, no!
Just sing one of the songs you're singing.
No, because I don't want to get scouted and then.
Show them how you sing. Go on. This is as high as you go. Go on.
What do you want me to sing?
What song challenges your range a little bit? You know them because you avoid them.
I don't know.
All right. Sing your Lily Allen song that you was just singing about bad sex.
Did
you not know that? That's what Lily Allen was going singing the lyrics.
Which bit? The verse.
That verse, yeah.
Now I lie here in the wet patch in the middle of the bed. I'm feeling pretty darn hard done by. I spent ages giving head.
Yeah.
There's just one thing that's getting in the way. When we go up to bed, you're just no good. It's such a shame. I look into your eyes. I want to get to know ya. And then you make this noise and it's apparent it's all over.
I never knew that. That's what she says.
Yeah.
That's such a horrible song.
I'm a big Lily Allen fan. No, it's not a horrible song.
It's horrible.
It's talking about the orgasm gap.
It's talking about his lack of performance.
She's saying you're such a nice guy.
But you're shit in bed.
So and that's real.
And can a guy say that and not be a horrible guy?
Of course they can.
You're such a nice girl.
But you know what the difference is? The difference is, is that a guy can say that. And I'm sure that there are girls that are not that good in bed. But most men, a hole's a goal. From what I've heard.
You think a hole's a goal, and a hole is definitely a goal. And we don't really care if you are shit in bed, but it's noticeable.
Is it?
It's very noticeable. I've had sex with, I've had bad sex in the past.
I've had sex with.
No. Well,
at the end of that.
No. I had to think who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about, and I paused for a second to think, am I allowed to talk like this? And I guess we'll find out. But I've had bad sex in the past, and I've said, yeah, she's not good in bed though.
Oh, really?
Do you know what equates to somebody not being good in bed from a male's perspective?
Lazy.
Nothing.
Just a
doll.
Just like that.
Yeah. Also, the sounds that girls make can be off-putting.
What do you mean?
Like you can force noise, right?
Like a grunt.
Yeah. A grunt is... It's so crazy that you said that, because the noise that I'm thinking of that was off-putting for me, I remember when I was seeing a girl.
I can't believe I'm actually sitting here discussing you thinking about having sex with other people.
But it's bad sex.
Okay, all right.
And the noise was, I swear down, she used to put her head to the side like this, and like as if she's looking, and she used to go.
Oh.
And that, yeah,
it's actually
such
scary.
a low-toned, like, it was like, but obviously I've got more bass.
Yeah.
But that's the noise she was making. She was like this. And I just
Where's this position?
Like, it was missionary, so it was bad sex.
Okay.
So she was on her back.
Yeah.
And I remember her like almost like looking down at an angle, like holding my back, like putting and going. And that was off-putting for me. And that was for me classed bad sex.
Okay. But
Laziness.
Is there something that you could have done to change that? Like, could you have been like, I don't know, pick her up and do something?
Oh, so she could be in the air going. I don't know. I don't know if anything I did would have changed her approach to what was happening. But yeah, like, girls can be bad. Doggy can expose.
With the like.
Is your mic okay?
Yeah,
Do
it's
you need
fine.
something to weigh it down?
I think it's okay. If I have heard that, yeah, a girl, if she goes into like doggy position and then she doesn't know how to arch,
Definitely.
it's a
terrible
turn off.
Especially it is not being able to arch. If a girl can arch well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
If a girl can't arch, it's not that bad. If a girl's got a hunchback,
that's what I'm saying.
that's when it's bad.
What I'm saying.
That's when it's like,
yeah, I've seen those things where it's like gold, like platinum level, and it's like her chin's on the bed, and then it's like the next level back from that is like she could just arch, and then it's like next level back from that she's straight but it's doable.
yeah,
and then,
from
like,
there
behind
you're just
that is
okay.
like
Yeah, that is bad. Like a greyhound or something. You know what I mean? Do you know what I think is bad though? Like, I think it's so unfair. Well, it's not unfair because life's unfair. Like, it's like a guy having what do girls like about a guy?
What do you mean?
What do girls like about a guy? Big willy. It's
Shoulders.
like a big shoulders. Like a guy having narrow shoulders. It's like life's unfair. But if I was a girl, I wouldn't be a desired female because
you would be desired.
I wouldn't be.
Oh no, because you got a flat back.
My back's so flat.
Yeah.
Like from the middle of my spine to my tailbone is very
no distinction,
fused and straight.
Yeah.
And I can't even change that. I can't make my back flick out at all.
Yeah.
I've even like
poke it out.
I can't poke it out. So if I was a woman, there must be women that feel like that. Like my back just doesn't
They're
poke
trying
out.
so hard.
Trying really hard to like bend your spine and it won't go. And I would.
Whereas I'm like,
you're constantly.
I'm actually like,
bent.
that's actually a disability. It's
Yeah.
actually like
you actually have. You have
it's always arched.
You have
Lordosis.
a form of lordosis that happens to help you in the bedroom.
In just that one
that
scenario.
One scenario.
Lucky you.
You have a very
okay, well, let's talk
curved
about
lower
what makes
spine.
men shit in bed.
Yeah, let's talk about that because
So
as a
what
female, does size matter?
I don't think so. No, I don't think size matters. And in fact, right, so I don't know how deep we want to go into this.
What certain people can only go as deep as they really let them.
Exactly, yeah. So basically, I don't think size matters as much because it's about everything. Like most women, like a lot of women don't come from penetrative sex anyway. So like the willy's really like neither here nor there. And plus, if it's too big, it's not actually fun or enjoyable. And plus, it means that you've not got like much connection between the two of you because you're constantly like this, like, oh, I don't want all of that.
Yeah. All right. Does size matter if it's only penetrative?
Penetrative.
How'd you say that? Penetrable.
Penetrative.
Penetrative.
I actually can't say that word.
If we're not including anything else, no hands,
other
no
bases,
tongue, no, just the penis.
Mm-hmm. The penis.
The peni.
Penis.
Does size matter?
I would say shape over size.
Yeah.
because there's some weird. If you guys have watched Naked Attraction, there is some weird looking willies out there. And you know what my thing is with willies? I just think they're so charismatic.
You love a willy.
They just look so hilarious. Like they're just there, like.
Can I say KAIRA laughs at my willy?
Around.
She laughs at my willy like it's a toy.
And you know in Bridesmaids when she's like,
what's that?
That's an impression of a willy.
With one eye.
Yeah, and the arms.
Anytime I walk around the house naked, you're like so amused by it.
Because it's just the fact for me, like, and I'm not a perv, yeah.
But and you do say a lot of things like, I just don't understand where your willy is right now.
Yeah, like I just constantly am like,
where do you think my willy is right now?
I don't know. It's a marvel to me. Yeah. Absolute mystery to me. I find it incredible. And I just like, and I'm not a perv, but I think about this a lot. Like I'm like men on bikes.
I know, yeah, so I'm talking about anything.
This,
I feel like
does it go flip, flip?
That's
flip,
what I'm saying.
flip,
you have a fascination that everything you do, you're constantly.
Because it's just in the way. It's so inconvenient.
Or like amused by where my willy would be in this scenario. Yes. And I find that hilarious. But
one of the best things is that it floats. It's buoyant.
Yeah. And you discovered that in the bath, right?
Incredible. Incredible.
When it down and going back to the surface. I actually didn't notice that much. I've had baths my whole life and I didn't really notice that.
I just find that so funny. And it's because, you know, like think about a Barbie doll or whatever. Like we just don't have anything there. So like there's no restrictions for me. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like this, isn't it? It's just like where your knee bends. There's just nothing there. Well, there's obviously something there, but you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like I just don't get it. Like I even think it in jiu-jitsu sometimes and I have to stop myself thinking it because I'm like, a knee cut. That's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
That is dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Yeah.
See, these are instances where it actually is an issue. There are times where those.
But even just walking.
Yeah.
Just doing that.
But that's why you have like I wear quite snug pants.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't really do much of that unless I was.
Have you ever worn Y fronts?
One time I went to I think it was TK Maxx. And I don't know if you know, like boys boxers, like a pack of Calvin Kleins is quite expensive. Like just for one or two. Just for like one or two.
I bought them for you several times. I know they're expensive.
Yeah,
I buy them for you pretty much every Christmas.
Yeah, you're right. But one time I went in TK Maxx and it was on sale. There was like $6.99 for just a packet of one. I was like, cool. Yeah. They're real Calvins.
I bought them. True.
Got home, took them out of the packet, and it was the whitest. Like it was basically a thong. It actually
it's not a thong.
No, it was.
It's a knicker.
It was a knicker. It was like it all of my fire was out. It just covered my balls.
You've got good legs though.
Thank you. Anyway, I was annoyed. I couldn't take them back, and I just threw them in the drawer, and they stayed there for about a year. One time when I got down to all my boxes is in the wash, and there was no option. I pulled them out, and I was like, oh, and I wore them. And do you know what? I wasn't. They felt a bit restrictive.
Did you have a VPL?
What's that?
Visible panty line.
This was the thing. This is the only time it actually bothered me in a day. I forgot that I was wearing them.
Yeah.
And around this time, I would have been wearing jogging bottoms or something where I'm not pulling them up, so they're gonna hang a bit low.
Oh no!
And I could see like the top of my thigh. And as I called, I was like, oh! I forgot, and I didn't realize. Maybe I've been doing that all day. Like maybe other people have seen it. Anyway, long story short, they became my football pants. Like I wore them to Sunday League football underneath what I was wearing.
I would have thought that'd be more risky.
No, they just felt more like I felt aerodynamic. I felt I could run. I felt like this is I feel like Olympics. You would wear something like this to be structurally sound.
Yeah, that's another willy thing. Boxes. The little box. Is it a box?
Box.
You know, like when you do fights and stuff.
Cup.
A cup.
Yeah.
And you put it in a cup.
You don't put it in anything. It's not like you don't feed it in. You just put a cup in front.
Willies to me are just endless hours of hilarity.
If you was a man for a day, what would you do?
If I was a man for a day?
Yeah. What's that? Willy flicking?
Yeah.
Do you think you would try
No,
to
if I was a man for a day, on a serious note, not to make it political, but I would do things like go for a jog in the dark. And not feel unsafe.
Oh, get out of
I'm being serious.
All right.
But I'm being serious. Those are things that you underestimate as a man. You do underestimate that.
I don't go for jogs in the dark.
Do you ever walk along a road at any time and look and think,
yes,
there's only 2 other men on this road?
No, I don't.
Right.
What do you mean?
That's what a woman does all the time.
I still walk with caution and think anything can happen.
Yeah, but like, I don't think you're under the same threat as what a woman is. But I'm not getting political. Just saying that those are the things. I would go out there and experience life as a man.
So what do you think that feels like?
I do think it would feel different.
So like, you're a man for a day. We're going to wait till it gets dark and go for a jog just to see
Am I a white man? Because that changes everything.
You're me.
I'm you.
Yeah. You're me for a day.
I don't know what I would do if I was you for a day. Don't know. It's a good question. Maybe I would go onto YouTube and expose all your secrets.
What secrets?
Ha 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 ha.
No, you're not. You don't have my thoughts. You just have my body.
Like Freaky Friday.
Like Freaky Friday. We Freaky Friday for a day.
What would I do for a day? I'd quite like to see how it feels to be like in your body. Like, for example, so stupid, but like I can't do a pull up, and I can't even. I'm strong, and I can't even imagine where that comes from. So I would probably like go and do something that doesn't feel natural to my body, but is like easier for a man. Don't know. What would you do inside my body? Multiple orgasm.
I'd definitely. Well, how? I'd use a toy.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Would it be weird if we had sex with each other, but we was in other bodies? Or would it be the same thing?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
For me,
would that be gay on your?
That would be gay for me because I would see me doing something to me.
Yeah.
So that's just.
But what if it feels good?
It would look like a twin.
Yeah, but if it feels good,
like a twin brother's having sex with me.
But if it feels good,
it's still gay. That's still gay.
If it feels good, I think it's alright.
Which is nothing wrong with being gay, but I'm just not. So.
Okay.
But I would definitely, I would definitely get the vibrator.
I feel like a female orgasm is definitely better than a male orgasm.
I would explore everything. So I would come away from this session knowing exactly what feels good.
But I think that a female orgasm is better than a male orgasm in general. Yeah, but I feel like a male orgasm is like...
No, what you don't understand is once a man's had an orgasm, he's done. He's happy. He's finished. Don't touch me even.
He's spent.
I'm spent. Whereas you or females have multiple. Oh, T. I'll call you back, T. Excuse me for not answering the phone.
Well, they can.
No, but I feel like you lot having multiple orgasms already dilutes the feeling of one, no?
Dilutes it?
Yeah.
No. Doesn't dilute it.
No?
What do you mean by dilute? Like makes the rest of them feel less?
Well, it makes it less special.
No, not at all.
Like when a guy has... I don't even like saying orgasm because that sounds feminine. When a guy comes...
Well, guys have orgasms.
Yeah, but I don't have orgasms.
Yes, you do.
I'm not.
Why'd you have to make it so...
Because I don't say, I've had an orgasm or I've orgasmed.
Well, that's the terminology, though.
When a guy comes...
So I say
you
that as
orgasm.
I don't bust a nut.
No, you orgasm. You do not bust a nut.
I'm going to say now, bust a nut.
Do not ever say that you bust a nut. You do not bust nuts. I bust nuts. You orgasm. But what I'm saying is, yeah. What was I saying?
I don't know. Why are we here? Why are we talking
about
this?
No, but when like for us, I think it's like that's the grand finale. That's the fireworks done. Whereas you guys will come and you'll be like, oh, want another one. So you're not done. You haven't been satisfied sexually. You want more.
No, you can. You can be satisfied sexually with one.
But you want more.
No, it's just because you can.
No, but you want more.
But if you had a choice you could have...
I can multiple come.
I can. Look at me.
I can definitely come more than once.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, 10 years ago...
No, I can come more than once.
What I'm trying to say is that, like, if you could, then you would.
No, but I can.
No, but you can't.
You can. What man? Why do you think men can't?
Not in the same way, though.
What do you mean?
And also, you're not understanding that multiple orgasm isn't necessarily one orgasm, then another, then another. Multiple orgasm can be, like... 2 or 3 happening, like it's like a ripple. You just don't get it. You just don't get it.
Shut up. What was we talking about? How did we get to that?
I don't know.
Because that was proper left
We're
field.
talking about your person doing the.
Oh yeah,
the
bad
grunting.
sex.
Yeah, bad sex. Bad sex for a woman is similarly laziness.
Okay.
So just like lying there and.
That's weird that you say that because that's my favourite thing to do.
What?
Just lay there.
We don't have to expose of our.
No,
Can
but
we
like
speak generally.
No,
please?
but you're talking from your experience, and that's me.
No, can we speak generally? Your mum might be watching this.
We're all adults.
Okay. Anyway, laziness. And what I mean by laziness is I don't necessarily mean like it's different for men and women. Women is laziness is just lying there, but for a guy, it's all right to just lie there, but you have to be like enthusiastic and like still handsy and like, do you get what I mean? Yeah. Appreciative. Like you can't just be like.
Oh yeah, no, that's unengaged.
Also, I would say bad is it goes hand in hand with laziness, but like selfishness. So if it's like they just want to like go really hard and like they've got an idea from porn or whatever that they've seen that they think is like being like male and whatever, but they're not really taking into account. Some girls want to get, you know, they want
Jamaicans.
Like some people want that. Some people really like intimacy and like they're more turned on by like closeness and touch, and some people go in between. Do you get what I mean? But I think like not even having a conversation about it or like trying to gauge it is selfish.
How do you have a conversation?
And
you don't,
also,
do you ask before?
Well, you're not. This is the most you've ever spoken to me about sex, so I don't know.
It's CHATaBOX. I think doing this podcast is gonna be revealing for us both. Possibly. Could make us stronger. Could divide us. You got to bear that in mind.
Name a song that's got the word stronger in it.
What?
Name a song that's got the word stronger in it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Stronger, faster. No, I don't know.
'Cause I'm stronger than yesterday. Break my loneliness and killing me no more. I'm stronger.
I don't know that song.
Or what about your favourite guy? Stronger, better, faster, longer.
Yeah, it's easy once you start.
Rubbish.
Yeah, no. Name me a song with fan in it.
Fan.
10, 9.
He a fan. I'm pretty good at that.
You are quite good at that. I don't work well under pressure.
And also, sorry, going back to the bad sex thing, because I feel like some of the people listening might want to know this. Not understanding female anatomy. Yeah. So many guys do not understand the difference between the clitoris
and the asshole.
No, and the general vagina lips. Yeah.
The labia.
They'll be just doing, hoping that something lands. Or they'll be trying to do the old
but you know what's
finger
bad
bashing.
About that? You know what's bad about that?
Yeah.
I was taught when I was young.
By who?
By a girl.
Right.
When I was young. Don't get angry at
I'm
this
not,
story.
but I don't want to really want to
when I was about
15,
16.
It's like me saying, oh, I was taught.
Yeah. Well,
you don't want to think about that, do you?
No, but this is the thing with the divide.
Go on.
I was taught at a young age by a girl I was seeing. Like, we had like sort of like a bantery sort of where she was showing me, like teaching me as I was doing it. And I was like, oh. So I think that's quite rare. I think a lot of people just
give that woman an award.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing like some, public duty out there. I don't know how many men she taught, but
there's a wave of us.
Go on, girl.
Yeah, but knowing what the clitoris was wasn't like a thing for me.
But the thing is, it's not just about the clitoris. It's about like.
I even learned how to notice I can go take your bra off like that.
We're not doing that on camera.
No, but isn't that quite impressive?
Oh, so impressive.
Like, I practiced these things.
Did you pay for these lessons?
No, I don't even think she showed me that. She didn't show me that. I think I actually practiced that.
All right.
At home on a pillow.
Unique.
Put a bra around a pillow and I was like, oh, it's easy.
You nerd. But yeah, it's more about the fact that like it's just like too aggressive and not like
stabby.
Yeah, stabby. Also, cut your fucking nails, guys. Cut your fucking nails. Like pain. And I think and obviously like there's the standard things like bad breath. Also, men are too scared to make noise sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
They're too scared. And I think women actually do that.
What's involuntarily?
Yeah.
Make some sort of noise. I feel ashamed after.
Shame.
I do feel ashamed.
Yeah, but too silence, too.
And I laugh.
Too cringe. Yeah.
If I do make a noise, I'll laugh.
Do you know what's nice though is that like over time, I don't know if this is an overshare, but over time, like we have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So like that, I think it's better when you're relaxed and you can laugh about things. Then you have a better sex life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you can just be more like
true.
And
definitely
communicate.
I feel like that. This is a bit cringe. It's a bit cringy to talk about.
I'm the best you've ever had.
I feel like we have
best
good
you've
sex.
ever had.
That's what I'm gonna say. I feel like we have great sex, right? And it probably is the best.
Don't say it properly.
No, but like it is. It is.
Now you're trying to make me call you out.
But
on
what is more? It's more like I think in past relationships, or especially one, I always came quick, and it's not because the sex was great. I think it was like I had pressure in my head, and I constantly thought about it, and I couldn't not, and it made us have a bad sex life. I think, like in hindsight,
so you were selfish.
I don't even think I was selfish. There's nothing I could do about it. I would be getting ready to have sex, knowing
is there things
I'm
that
probably
guys can
gonna
do about
come quick, and then I'll try really hard not, and I came quick. Whereas I don't like back me up here.
Don't do that anymore.
Back me up.
Yeah. But you're making me feel like it's because I'm not good in bed.
No, it's because I'm relaxed and I'm not thinking about not coming quick.
But these are the myths that live around like men and women and sex and stuff, because even though I know it's not true, because I know I'm the shit, in my head, straight away, I was like, oh, maybe that's because you're just not as attracted to me.
No.
But like, that's what I'm saying is that it's like can you hear that? My stomach rumbling. But maybe that's what I mean. We're like kind of shrouded in these myths of like.
And also, I think I just like more experience and grew up. I'm talking about when I was like 18, 19. But I just thought that was it. And I've seen a lot of things now that even say it's a lot of mental.
What can a guy do to stop that? Like, say if you feel like you're about to come, can you like think of your nan and then not come?
I've never tried to think about my nan while I'm having sex, but
I feel like that would like
I don't
rearrange
know, because
some weird patterns in your
everything
brain.
everything that you're gonna think you could do, I think I did try, and none of that worked.
What about one of those like ball huggers? Is that a thing?
Cock ring.
Is that what they are?
Cock ring.
Okay, I thought it was for the balls.
I don't know if that worked. I never tried it. Or have I?
Love Honey, hit us up.
I don't know if
Is this becoming a sex positivity podcast?
No. But like, what I am saying is, I think being relaxed. I don't know what it is. It's something I've known the whole time, but I'm like, I don't know when it changed. But I remember that used to be. But I used to think that's just me for life. I can't last more than. And I'm talking. This could be 30. Like it could last 30 seconds. I'm not talking. It was just a short time. I'm talking. I could like, as soon as we get going, I'm like, oh God, I'm about to go. Like, don't know what to do, and then I'm thinking, how can I stop this?
I'd love to know if there was if we could like do a cross section poll of like how normal that is.
And I think that's also why, like I said earlier, I prefer to go on the bottom, because I definitely can last longer if I'm not on top. If I'm on top,
this is a lot of information,
especially if it's behind. Yeah. That's like I said to you, this is my finisher now. If we're going here, this is done now. You got a couple. You got a couple left. You got a couple strokes in this position. If you want us to last, get back to where we was. Keep the rhythm. Keep the same rhythm, and don't change the rhythm. Yeah. It is turning into that point. Like, despite the fact that you know your mum and my mum's probably going to see this, are you okay with that? Because I am. I'm not. This doesn't bother me at all.
No, it is. I'm less worried about my mum than I am your mum.
Why?
Did I?
No, my mum's cool.
Hopefully she just forwards it on.
I heard my mum and dad having sex once in my life. And it was... Oh, no! True story. I've never heard my mum and dad having sex. I remember I came in to my house.
Yeah.
It was in the daytime sometime. And all I could hear was...
Oh, my God.
And it would stop. And then it would start going... And I I was just sitting down there like, oh. And every time I stopped, I was like, thank God. And then it'll start going again.
Oh, no.
I was like, what the hell? And then my mum walked through the front door with shopping. And I was like, oh, shit. So I went upstairs, like, stood outside the door.
Yeah.
Could hear it still.
Yeah.
I knocked. And I hear my dad go, hello? I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just working out. I come in, he was doing push-ups.
Oh,
so he was doing
God.
like a countdown, like 15 push-ups, 14 push-ups, 12. That was what he used to do. But I remember coming in and I was just in, because the floor was obviously, every time he went down, and I was sitting there like, oh. So I actually haven't heard my mum and dad have sex. Like, that's the memory I have. I remember my mum come through the front door and I was like, oh.
Damn.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who's upstairs?
Who the fuck is upstairs? I need to know.
I've heard my mum having sex.
With who? With your dad?
Disgusting. Not with my dad.
For people that don't know the concept.
No,
that
because
like,
my mum and
not
my dad.
Of course not my dad.
My mum and my dad haven't
with the
been
postman,
together.
obviously. With the postman, duh.
My mum and my dad haven't been together since I was like.
Is that worse or better or worse?
1.
Hearing your mum having sex with not your dad than with your dad.
It's regardless, it's traumatizing. It doesn't matter who it's with, it's traumatizing. But I do think that, like, I can't even imagine. Like, my mum and my dad are good friends now.
I can't imagine them having sex.
That makes me feel so ill. The fact that my dad is still popping out kids to this day, I'm like, oh,
my hip locked.
Disgusting.
I think about that when if I ever have thought about my mum or any of my sisters having sex, it makes me go, like that. It's like in my head they don't. That's not a thing for them.
But this is why, can I just quickly say, it's just reminded me of a discussion that I had the other day with someone who I don't like very much, which takes a lot for me to say that, who I think is particularly ignorant. And he was saying, he was just like, yeah, if I had a son that was gay, then I completely disown them. I'll never talk to them again. I'll tell you off camera. I'll never talk to them again. Like, I'll completely disown them. And I was like, in my opinion, I was like...
Someone our age?
About 10 years older.
Than me or you?
Than you.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
40.
And, like, I know everyone is entitled to their opinions and, you know, religion dictates things and whatever. But I was like, I just think it was a bit rich. Like, it was a bit strong-willed. And I was like, but if they were this, then you wouldn't mind. If they were this, then you wouldn't mind, right? And then I said, and he was like... I said, okay, you're entitled to your opinion, but what is it that's making you feel so amped and almost like disgusted by that? And he was just like, because if I had to think about them having sex, I said, well, there's the issue. I said, because if it was my brother, for example, I don't want to think about him having sex with a man or a woman.
It's true.
I shouldn't even be thinking about my child, brother, family having sex with anyone.
No, that's very true.
So that is clearly an issue that you have. Why? Just because they're like, oh, because in my opinion, I'm like, whatever you guys get up to in the bedroom, like whether you're gay, you're into bondage, whatever it is that you're into, I don't want to know. If you're happy and you're safe, cool. But I shouldn't, just because they're gay, that's an issue with you that all of a sudden you're starting to imagine in it.
It's like, an age thing as well there.
Yeah, but it's the fact that was the first thing he said. It wasn't because I have these religious thoughts or this is because of this or because I was brought up to believe that. It was because when I think about it and I'm like, that's disgusting that you're thinking about your son having sex in any capacity and therefore you're weird.
And homophobic.
So, and then he went off one and I thought to myself, usually I like big red button to myself. I was like, usually I'd be like, no. And I start protesting like I'm, you know, like personally offended. But I just turned around and I said, you know what? I really think you need to unpack that. And then left the conversation because I was like, you know what?
You feel like you've done something there as well.
Yeah.
As well. Like a little mic drop and walk
Yeah,
off.
but you know why though? Because that makes them go like, or like,
maybe I'm gay too.
Yeah, well, I think they need to think about it.
But speaking of being homophobic, which I'm not, I'm not.
Yeah.
But what happened at Shay's party the other day?
God. So something came up in a game that we was playing. It's a bit like a Never Have I Ever or like a party drinking game. Excuse me. And one of the things that came up was explain what docking is, right? And it was Reese's turn.
Can I also stop calling me Reese?
Sorry, it was.
But
Bailey's
then again,
turn.
you don't. It's odd for you to call me Bailey.
Bailey sounds odd to me, but I'll try. I call
But
you
you're
Bay.
like, I noticed in the last.
Call you Bay.
In the last episode, you literally called me Reese about 4 times in one story, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, but it's because that's your name.
Yeah, but that's my name at home. Outside, my name is Bailey.
All right, Bailey Schmaley. Bayleaf.
All right,
okay.
Flanders. Let's carry on.
So anyway, so Reese was asked. Oh, so Bailey was asked.
I'll take it from here.
That's your one time. So.
Right, so the game was I had to read out the card, and it came up, explain what docking is. At first, I didn't know what docking was, and nobody seemed to know it was. And then I was reading it, and I reacted badly. I went, it's because it turns out what docking is one male pulling his foreskin back, and the other male letting his foreskin go over that, which is disgusting.
Why? I just don't even get what the pleasure
right,
is.
So
of
that in itself is disgusting. Not being gay. That's what I was reacting to.
But it's just weird.
That is odd to me. Yeah. But as I reacted badly, and then everyone's waiting to hear what's bad, and I'm like, it's when 2 men, blah, blah. And as I'm saying it, I looked up and I locked eyes with
the gay person that was there.
What's his name?
Jack.
Who's gay. And I've just met him.
He's a fucking legend, by
he's
the way.
He's a nice guy.
Jack,
it's Shay's work husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's gay. But as I'm saying it, I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh, I seem like I'm against gays, or I don't like gay people, or I'm disgusted about gays. But I'm not. It was just this thing here.
But then it was the overcompensating after.
And I didn't shut up. I carried
it looked
on.
Like you were like really into it, because like everyone else, like
was past it.
There's a group of like 14 people. Everyone else is past the conversation.
Yeah, and I keep bringing it up.
He's like, no, but docking and like, and everyone's like, yeah.
No, but
right.
Do you understand what I was trying to do there though? I was trying to make sure he knew it's not the gay thing.
Yeah.
It's this.
Yeah.
Like docking.
And then he was going, then he's sitting at the table going, and then it's like this, and then it's like this, and then you was like making noises. So everyone was like, all right, we get it.
What makes all this worse is I didn't know how bad it was the next day.
It was really
Because I said to you the next day, I was like, did I save it? And you was like, no.
I was like, no. I was actually wanting to bring it up with you. I don't know why you were going on about it so much.
Man. But anyway, Jack, I'm not homophobic.
Okay.
Just the idea of that is a bit weird.
Jack, I think you're a fucking legend.
Jack's a legend.
He's a legend. And I don't think Jack thought that either.
Good, because that was all I wanted.
But it was funny.
But the rest of the group thought I was gay.
Afterwards, he did turn around to Shay. I heard him.
What did he say?
And straight after the document, he went, FYI, don't do that.
Yeah, he's against it too. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, cool. I'm glad I got that off my chest.
What's another?
Because that was burning. That burnt. That hurt.
I'm trying to think. What's another socially awkward thing you've done? You've done a few.
Why
things
me?
like that.
You do lots of socially awkward things.
Do I?
You're quite a socially awkward person.
I wouldn't say so.
Definitely are. You do. I think you've done things like that in the past.
Sometimes
I don't have any stories to share right now, but you definitely do.
Well, you can think on them. You can think on them.
Are we sticking to reading messages on the show?
So this is something I was going to think about for structure. So if we were to start a Patreon, I think we should do the personalised stuff on the Patreon. So the people that come through and are like supporters on there, we have more of an interaction with them. So I was going to ask the listeners, watchers today what they thought. Could we do, we could do something like anecdotal stories, like funny stories that are themed on the Patreon. So like, tell us your worst holiday story, and then we like read them and talk about them on there. Or we could do like dilemmas, or we could do something that's like more personal on the Patreon. We could still read some of the comments. I don't see that that's a bad thing.
I like reading the comments.
Yeah,
because
I prefer it at the end though.
I said this to Lito. I felt like starting the show with comments was a bit meh. Yeah. But what he said and what was true, sometimes it sparks other conversations we wasn't going to have.
True. Very true.
And we don't want to get to the end of the show. We're going through the comments and then someone says something and now we've got a lot to say on it.
Yeah, that's right.
So with that in mind,
should we have a look?
Let's have a look.
Let's have a gander.
Get your phone. We'll go to the last episode. I kind of need a wee. Let me get them up.
You don't really reply to them, but I do.
Do you know what it is?
You don't really comment either.
I don't.
do.
I read. It's important for you lot to actually know this because I'm very conscious of it. That I don't reply because I get caught up. If I reply to one, I reply to more, and then I start writing stories, and then next thing you know, I'm copy and pasting the same because a lot of people say the same things, and then you come up against someone who says something really long and genuine, and you think, oh, you gotta reply to that. Sometimes I think if I reply to no one, then it doesn't look as bad because I'd hate to comment and not get a reply, but then see that the person replied to everyone else. So a lot goes on in my head, you know.
Sorry, just to say that I do feel like we have to say this. Can you turn that round? I do feel like we have to say this, that Neil Buchanan is not a paedophile.
Who's Neil Buchanan?
Art Attack guy. That was fake news.
Oh, yeah. I Googled it after. No, but it's not, it wasn't, it might be he's not a paedophile, but it was a thing. He was accused of being one.
Okay. Well, it's not the same.
Whether or not it turned out. But that is, I need to take more responsibility in that because is he alive?
I think so.
Imagine he was just alive and he was a fan of the show. And
Yeah.
out of nowhere, I'm just like, by the way, Neil's a paedophile and he can't defend himself. That's bad.
Yeah.
So I do apologise, Neil. But I'm not the first to say it, and currently you're clear.
Right, so I've got a couple of others. I posted a comment saying, did anyone else have the Groovy Chick wallpaper? Because you said that wasn't a thing, but it was because people responded.
Well, so you've commented and
then people have responded back to it. Big up Rush TV. The Black Walker's crisps were the best.
Yeah.
You listened till the end.
Because we didn't really talk about that, the Walker's crisps.
Yeah.
Like, we've done this before, but I can't actually remember your answers. So give me your top 3 crisps.
I think what we did before.
Forget about
because
that.
we said like broad crisps. That's a big conversation.
No.
But we're talking Walker's standard flavours.
No. Yeah, so the question before was, what's your favourite Walker's? Like flavours.
Yes.
All right, go on, let's do that. What are your 3 top?
So,
Walker's crisps.
Walker's crisps.
Yeah. Because, and you have to say Walker's because my favourite flavours in Walker's are not mirrored in McCoy's or snacks or anything like that. They change, or Pringles, where it changes.
I'm gonna say
number 1 or number 3, whichever's easiest.
I've got to do 5.
Yeah, I gave you 3.
Okay.
That's 5 is like literally the whole selection.
Exactly, but I was gonna order it for you.
Okay, go on then. There's more than 5 though.
Okay, I'll do 3 then.
Coming in at number
1.
Top.
Yeah, I'm gonna go prawn cocktail.
Wild. Go on.
Ready salted. Smoky bacon.
You went left field.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your top 3 Walker's crisps. They're definitely not the answers you gave me before because I would have remembered that.
No, they are because I just said I really like cheap ready salted crisps, like own brand ready salted. That's my best.
All right.
But yeah, ready salted is always numero uno.
So my top 3 Walker's crisps flavours.
Prawn cocktail.
You put that first. You put that number 1. That's
I'm gonna say prawn cocktail, ready salted. They're like equals.
Prawn cocktail doesn't make my top 3. Ready salted's definitely in my top 3. It's always there. I think, but it's definitely not my 1. I'm gonna put ready salted at number 3. Number 2. Oh, are we going off of what we would pick out of the pack? Not what you're thinking is your favourite.
Yeah, that's what you'd pick.
Because if I'm being honest, if I open up a multi-pack, I'm going to grab cheese and onion first.
That's not your number 1 then.
And then when they're done,
yeah,
I'll start looking elsewhere.
That's your number 1.
All right, so cheese and onion is my number 1. It's a bit boring though, isn't it?
No.
Cheese and onion is my number 1.
I mean, I don't like
And ready salt is number 3. That is so boring. So number 2.
Stop trying to be different.
No, I'm trying to be honest.
Be who you are.
I'm being honest.
Don't try and be like me.
So number 2 for me may change.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest, the only reason I don't eat more of them is because they're not really in the selection pack. And I rarely see them at the shops. Roast chicken.
Oh, roast chicken's banging.
Bang.
They're really good.
They bang. They put so much extra flavour in the roast chicken.
Roast chicken, smoky bacon.
Smoky bacon was definitely
That's
for me
good.
back growing up. Smoky bacon was number one for me growing up. Like I loved smoky. I haven't had smoky bacon. I might have to have a packet of smoky bacon just to know.
Let's do a taste test. Let's get a big thing of Walkers
Next episode.
And then maybe we could. Oh no, I was gonna say we could do like you try it, but then it's quite easy what they are in it.
All right, now stepping outside of Walkers, any crisp at all that comes in a packet. So not including Pringles, not including.
What's my one? Mackey's Scottish crisps.
What the?
They're the ready salted Mackey's blue packet. Unparalleled. There's nothing that could beat them.
Okay, I beg to differ.
But it's the quality of the chip. It's the quality of the potato. They're thicker, but they're still they're not ridge cut. But they're so good and they're so salty.
And the ones from Lidl's you talking about?
You can get them sometimes in the middle of Lidl, but it's like
Lidl.
It's like you just gotta get them when they're there.
Lidl.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Number 2.
But then mine are all gonna be ready salted.
If that's what your favourites are, what you don't have any crisp that reaches your top 3 that's not ready salted.
Well, I have some, but I'm just saying that
Are you telling me Frazzles is not in your top 3?
I was just about to say number 3 would probably be Frazzles, but it has to be Frazzles. That brand can't be any other brand. It has to be Frazzles. And then not the same. Okay, so I really like lightly salted kettle chips. Yeah,
the white packet.
Yeah. However, I would say back in the day I used to really like wheat crunchies. Do you remember wheat crunchies?
Yeah,
I used to like the texture of them.
They're like pasta tubes.
Yeah, they're like pasta tubes. Them and also, but it's the same flavours: smoky bacon wheat crunchies and prawn cocktail spirals.
Yeah,
like the cheap ones, like the 39p ones from the shop.
Introducing all crisp packets for me. Onion rings. Jump in there.
Yeah, but what brand?
I don't know the brand unless I see them. Like I couldn't. Maybe they're snacks. I don't think it's snacks though. If I see it, I'm like, that's the one. And then when I buy onion rings on the different brands, I'm always buying it like they're not gonna taste like what I want.
Yeah.
But the one from Londis, it used to be 30p.
I feel like they're the same brand as the spirals.
The onion rings themselves are very orange.
Yeah, I feel like they're the same brands as the
yeah, they are.
Spirals.
So what brand's that?
I've got no idea. I just know they're from.
Is it not snacks?
They're from the shop, innit?
Yeah.
Like you get them in the shop. You don't get them.
Yeah.
Like,
you won't get them in Asda's or anything like that. They'll be different. So I don't think they're number 1 for me, but they are definitely the most common that I pick up. I always pick up those if I'm looking for crisp.
Do Doritos even come into your sphere of crisps?
Not until
they don't for me.
until you just said it.
They don't for me. I think they're overrated. Flaming Hot, I can fuck with them if they're there, but I would never, ever pick up a pack of Doritos. Ever.
A new one that knocked Sensations out for me. Sensations would have been in there, but I'll be honest with you, the last few times I've got Sensations, I'm not really enjoying them how I think I'm going to be enjoying them. But a very similar crisp that's just kicked out.
Sizzling prawn.
What's that?
Oh.
No. Oh, no, they're not even the same brand. It's the Red Kettle Sweet Chili.
Oh, they're banging.
Because their crisp is better. Yep. The flavour's better.
Yeah, they're really good.
They don't have a bad after. Sensations are giving me a bad tingling aftertaste. Yeah. Whereas them red ones I can eat all day and they're so good. Yeah, they're number 1 for me. Right now, they're actually number 1.
Aren't they chili and sour cream?
No.
I'm pretty sure they're something and something,
No. They're very similar to the same. Make sure you're looking at the right thing.
I know the packet you mean. Chili kettle. Yeah, chili and sour cream. This guy. No.
Let me see.
No.
Yeah,
sweet chili and sour cream.
Yeah, it is. I didn't know that. I didn't even acknowledge the sour cream. They are currently, I'd say, my number 1s, if I'm being honest.
Do you know what? I'll give you that. They're very, very good.
So onion rings, specific pack. Them ones, specific. A number 3 for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is. I think Walker's cheese and onions slip back in. I think they actually stand.
Basic.
I actually think they jump back in.
They hold their own.
Even when opening up to all brands.
I don't actually like Walker's that much.
I do.
I think
but
the potatoes are shit.
I think for such a big brand, they can be a bit hit and miss because I could eat a packet of Walkers and they feel very like fresh and airy and soft.
Yeah, that's what I kind
and
of.
then sometimes they're quite
them.
hard, and like they've been baked somewhere else.
No.
But yeah,
big up Mackey's original Scottish brand.
Flying them.
You know.
And then
I am Scottish.
If you're introducing everything, Pringles start to.
Again,
Pringles start kicking doors down.
Like I'll eat them because they're there.
The green Pringles start bullying up the whole.
My
place.
Sister's always like, "How do you not like Pringles?" But I'm like,
yeah, the green sweet and sour cream and chive.
Yeah, sour cream and onion.
Sour cream and onion
or something like that.
Whole packet's gone. Once you
It's
pop,
right.
you cannot stop.
But I can.
No, I can't.
So that brand does not work for me.
I can't.
Do you know what? Let's actually talk about this.
What?
Because you're good at, like, you were trained in... Have we got time? Are we over time?
There's no time.
Oh. Time does not exist in the CHATaBOX universe. But
generally, I like the episode to last at least an hour. So if we was an hour and 30, and you said we got time, I'll probably say
no.
But I don't know how long we've been recording.
What I was going to say is about advertising. Yeah, you're quite good at like looking at, like, you've got a good eye for things, and like, for example, once you pop, you can't stop. It's good that they've got that phrase.
Yeah.
Or like phrases that like last forever. Like
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. Vorsprung durch Technique.
What the fuck is that?
It's like some sort of car, isn't it?
Say it again.
Vorsprung durch Technique.
That's not a memorable, iconic saying for any.
All right.
Comments, have you ever heard?
I bet
Before she tells you what it's from, comment now. Don't cheat and wait to the answer. What is that from?
I don't know what it is from.
So you don't even know what that's from. So that's
but I remember the thing.
What are you saying? Say it one more time.
Vorsprung durch Technique.
Are you speaking a different language?
Vorsprung durch Technique.
Sounds like Audi.
Why are you still talking? Stop talking.
That's not memorable.
It is.
Every little helps.
It's Audi.
It's Audi.
Every little helps. What else have you got? Every little helps.
Have a break.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. That's a good one. Oh,
you're not girls.
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Snickers.
Yeah.
Not for girls.
What was that one?
Yorkie.
Oh yeah, Yorkie. Oh yeah. I never got that.
I think it was clever advertising because by saying this isn't for you, you lot probably went out and bought it.
I don't think I've had a fruit and nut Yorkie, but
exactly.
Yeah.
Even though it says on the packet, it's
not for girls.
Like, leave this alone.
Or what? Do you know what I think is a good campaign that's been going for years? Is the cream egg one. How do you eat yours?
Oreo.
Oreo.
How do you eat? What's theirs? Because they have something like that.
I don't know.
How do you like your Oreo? That's it.
I don't know, is it?
I think so.
I don't think so.
How do you like your Oreo?
And then it brings me on to the subject of my Roman Empire. Do you know what I mean when I say that? My Roman Empire. Yeah. So there was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was this craze about...
I don't.
There was this craze about 3-4 months ago or something, which was this thing on TikTok, which was like people that say that men think about the Roman Empire like, I don't know, 4 times a day or something like that. And then there was a girl that was like, trust me, ask your brothers, ask your boyfriend how many times you think about the Roman Empire. And there's all of these girls that were like, oh my God, why do they always think about the Roman Empire? It's probably not true across the world, but it was like a global thing on TikTok. And then...
Sorry, I don't even know what the Roman Empire is.
Well...
Are we talking about...
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Are we talking about like gladiators and that?
Yeah, that is within the Roman Empire.
So what is the Roman Empire?
Well, the Romans went across the world and conquered so much of the world, and that then became an empire.
Right. Are they English? What? Are Romans English?
Rome. Where's Rome?
Italy.
Yeah, okay.
So Italy conquered the world?
Yeah, at one point, yeah. Caesar and all of them.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, they had a Roman Empire. And do you know who Boudicca is?
No.
She was like a... don't worry. It's a history lesson. I thought you was going to get the button.
No, but
it's very interesting.
No, what I don't want you to think this button is you cannot give a history lesson. Give your history lesson. But if you are...
Well, Boudicca was a tribe in... I can't remember if it's England or Scotland, but somewhere in the UK. and she was like meant to have had like long ginger hair, and all of the men in her tribe were killed by the Romans, and then they raped all of the women and pillaged their village and whatever. And this woman was Boudica, warrior queen, and she was like, fuck the Romans, and she went back and like got all of her like tribe, basically all the men that survived and all the women, and then went back and fought against the Romans. She didn't win in the end, but she did win a couple of battles against them, which at the time, like the Romans had
That's memorable, is it?
Yeah, it's like a really big story. Well, because she's a woman.
So she didn't conquer anything. She just won a couple battles and then lost.
I'd like to see you win a couple battles.
But
you didn't win shit.
I'm saying if as a man, if I only won a couple battles but never
conquered, you've got people
me.
like William the Conqueror.
No, but it just sounds like she did a little, and we're remembering her.
And what's wrong with that?
Like, amongst the greater achievements of that time.
What are you even talking about?
Like, who won? Who actually won the battle that she lost?
The Romans.
What's their name?
But she was the underdog. I don't know what the Romans...
Exactly.
Yeah, but they are much more famous.
We're not remembering them.
Oh, you're being purposely pedantic.
We're not remembering them.
I hate it when you do this.
Because a woman done significantly well against them.
What's an issue with giving a woman her props? This is your internalized misogyny.
What?
It is.
You actually think I'm misogynistic?
I actually think that you hate women because you try any time that I'm just like, oh, this is a woman that's done something. Oh, well, why is it? Because why can't a man? Because we spend our whole life talking about men in history. It's a big deal what she did.
I'm asking, what did she do?
I just told you.
She lost.
In the end, yeah.
Okay.
So what's the issue with that?
Why is that an issue?
Because you're just saying like it's.
It feels like you've got an issue.
You're like, oh, what? Because she just won a little battle.
No, I'm asking. She didn't win any. She didn't conquer them.
She won the battle. Just because she didn't win the war doesn't mean she didn't win the battles.
No one says that. He said we may have lost the battle, but we won the war, and that's who we remember. We don't care.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
you're confusing sayings. That is a saying, but that's not what I'm saying.
You just said she didn't win the war, but she won a few battles.
Yeah, but she was
iconic
in her time. In the same way that you could say about other, like you would talk about Napoleon. Napoleon didn't win everything, but he won a lot of things. He did a lot of things. We can say the same for, I don't know, bear people who are men.
Bear.
Loads of people. Anyway, you've annoyed me.
Don't be offended.
You've annoyed me.
Don't be offended.
It's annoyed me.
Put your bra back on and have a conversation with me.
You're so annoying.
I'm joking.
I just can't.
But why did you get so wound up?
I can't remember why we were talking about this anyway. Oh, Roman Empire.
Yeah.
I'm just ignoring your additions to this conversation.
I'm not a misogynistic person, by the way.
Roman Empire are shops that are puns as their names.
Go on.
So I think about this all the time.
Is this something you're creating or something you've seen?
No, they're everywhere.
Oh, go on.
And when I start saying them now, you're going to see them everywhere. And I think that they're just the sickest thing ever. Right, if you're going to name a shop,
like that shop that you love by my cousin's house. Mm-hmm. What's it called?
So it's a florist, so it sells flowers, and they're called the Enchanted Florist.
And why is that so great?
Because of the Enchanted Forest.
Oh yeah, the Enchanted
Clever.
Florist. Yeah.
And then you've got the fish and chip shop in Tulse Hill, and it's called the Codfather.
Nice.
Like that.
Nice.
There's loads of them because they literally like every time I'm driving through.
What's the Roman ones?
There isn't Roman ones. That's not the point of it.
Oh, I thought you said there's loads of.
No, I'm saying my Roman Empire. Basically, when people, you're just so old. You're so old.
Is my Roman Empire a shop?
No. Oh my God.
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep
up.
So
annoying.
It's good fucking soon talking too
much.
No,
this is on you. I told you what the Roman Empire is, but you wanted to talk about Boudica not being that great. That's why you got confused, because of your own stupidity.
Fair.
Roman Empire is basically when someone says, like, this is the thing I can't stop thinking about. So someone might be like, your Roman Empire is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Roman Empire.
So this started off by someone saying that I guarantee if you speak to the men, they think about the Roman Empire 4 times a day. And I said, what's the Roman Empire?
Yeah.
People at home, talking to the guys right now, please comment. How often, if ever, do you think about the Roman Empire? But
you're like 6 months behind. That was the trend.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's finished.
Okay.
Unless the Roman Empire was a Netflix TV series that we're all thinking about.
No.
Which I'm sure there is a Netflix show.
Okay, but that's
Roman
not what
Empire.
they're talking about. They're just saying that men in general, because their minds are not clouded, their minds are just tumbleweed.
I think men think about tits more than Roman Empire.
Probably.
4 times a day.
Probably.
Or bums.
Okay. I love how you had to add that in, so you felt like I was included.
Yeah, kind of.
Anyway, yeah. the Enchanted Florist, Codfather. There's another one that I like. Oh, Hairdressers, Cut and Dry. I like that.
Well, that's the name.
Yeah.
See, like, you like all these names. Why don't you want a name like that for the CHATaBOX?
That's what I mean. I do, but I just couldn't think of any puns. I'm just saying that's something that lives rent free in my head.
So can you like make some suggestions for punny names for CHATaBOX for me and KAIRA?
Yeah.
And maybe if we see it, we'll change. But if not, we'll stick with CHATaBOX.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the comments.
See
that all that come off of Walker's one comment.
Vorsprung durch Technik.
Never heard of that though. Is that how the advert goes? At the end.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I have heard of it. I just didn't know what else.
Lots of people were coming up with your funhouse suggestions. People were saying, I'm waiting for you to see Keenan and Kel. Big up OK Emma, who said, I love that I loved my parents' Aliens.
You know what I forgot to mention when we were talking about all that? Trouble was actually one of the biggest TV shows that I would have been watching. Isn't Trouble what Fresh Prince of Bel-Air would have been on? Trouble would have been...
the channel.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah, that's what all of that would have been on. Trouble.
Great couple from Big Seven Stones. Great couple. Refreshing, healthy dynamics. You both are so funny too. Great.
Is Seven Stones, where's that?
That's his name, Big Seven Stones.
Oh. I thought it was like from Seven Stones.
Some comments about R. Kelly and MJ. Because R. Kelly spoke about the things he did to kids. MJ had songs about life and the world and was never proven to be guilty. Kelly was, so it's simple, really. A couple of things I'd say in there.
Bad management. Good and bad management.
What of them?
Well, MJ's not said anything risky on his tracks. He's probably managed better than R. Kelly. He was probably got a lot of yes people around him.
This is one of the things I hate
Michael
most.
Jackson was.
This is one of the things I hate like most about R. Kelly, because no, it's not. I don't even think it's to do with that.
Michael Jackson's career was managed way more than R. Kelly's.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, but I think that point's by the by, really. I don't think that really.
I reckon if Michael Jackson was going to say, if he's going to talk to his team, whoever was in charge of his career, saying, "I've got this song," where it's like, "It doesn't matter how old you are," they're going to be like, whoa, Mac, allow it. Whereas R. Kelly will be like, "Age ain't a thing." Or what's his song?
Well, he actually wrote "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number" for
right,
Aaliyah.
And everyone was like, "Go on, yeah." Even people that were new, she's young. They was like, "Go for it."
The worst part of all of it. Yes, okay. I think he wrote that song with Aaliyah, "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number," when he married her, when she was underage and all of that stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. No one stopped him.
Yeah, but no one cared.
No. I don't think anyone cared.
No one cared.
I don't think anyone cared. I think he had a lot of yes. I think he had a lot of yes people around him.
And none of them cared.
Because they're all getting money.
When we watched the documentary, you saw they were like, well, we did think about it, but then we just thought,
we're getting paid.
We're just not going to think. Exactly, because they don't care.
Yes.
But my thing is that the
bad
worst part of all of it is the fact that R. Kelly actually called himself the Pied Piper. Here comes the Pied Piper. It makes the girl so hyper. Disgusting. Pied Piper's story is about a man who
leading
tricks all of these people and takes the kids out of the town and takes them away from their parents.
Well, that's kind of what Michael was doing though.
It was, but that's what the comment's saying though.
He had a whole theme park.
100%, but I'm not saying that it's worse. Management. Oh, you're annoying me. I'm done with the podcast today.
Why am I annoying you?
It's talking like
this is what I said. See earlier, I said I like to interrupt.
Yeah.
But you don't like to be interrupted. I'm not stopping you in your track. I'm ad-libbing what you're saying with my thoughts. But anytime I open my mouth, it's like it throws you off track.
It doesn't throw me off.
Me saying Michael Jackson.
Just bad management.
That's kind of Pied Pipery.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that he did. Oh my God, we're just going to repeat the whole last podcast. Michael Jackson was a nonce. I clarified that. Oh. I'm just saying, I think R. Kelly, I just think it's disgusting that he actually knew it and was singing the song and he had all of us going, Pied Piper. And it's actually, he knew what that meant. I take the girls away from their parents. and abuse them. He was literally saying that. They both had bad management. So I just don't get, the reason I'm saying you annoy me is I just think your point is irrelevant.
I don't think Michael Jackson had bad management.
Of course he had bad management.
How did he have bad management?
Because when I say bad management, I mean that they allowed him to rape children, little boys.
No, but like in his music career, like he never sang about it. There's no Michael Jackson song where we can be like, is he talking about kids? Whereas in R. Kelly's, we'd be like,
I'm looking at the man in the mirror, asking him to make a change.
Yeah, I'm looking at myself to make a change. About what?
About him being a nonce, probably.
No, that's what I mean. That's too. We'd have to speculate too far for that. Whereas R. Kelly's got songs. Age ain't nothing but a number.
That's not his song, but yeah.
Talking about ain't that his song?
That's Aaliyah's song.
What's R. Kelly said?
Piper.
I wanna piss on you.
No.
No, that was Dave Chappelle. That was a spoof. But is that not a spoof of a song?
Don't know. Like I said, I don't deep R. Kelly like that.
I'm glad you don't. You only deep me. That's pause. I deep you. Shallow. Fucking about. Going back to the comments.
Other people said will never agree that MJ was a nonce.
I do.
You can say what you can think what you think, but it just took a lot for me.
Have we not learned, people, that fame should not be prioritized over somebody's foul behavior?
And also, you can think that he wasn't a nonce, and you can say, oh, he didn't have a childhood. Blah, 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 yakety schmackety, whatever. However, if Bailey was like, oh, well, I've got my friend here who's 9 years old. KAIRA, can you go sleep next door because I want this 9-year-old boy to sleep in my bed? Even if I didn't think that Bailey was a nonce, yeah.
You tell me about myself.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Even if you really liked kids, there's a lot of people out there. I love working with young people. I love working with kids. Kids are hilarious. They are. I don't want to sleep with them in my bed. There's not a world in which that is ever okay. And it was not a one-off child. It wasn't just Macaulay Culkin. There was Bear.
Is Macaulay Culkin Home Alone?
Yeah. And like, there's no need. And Macaulay Culkin's like, yeah, no, he never touched me, but we did have baths together.
Fuck. I didn't know that. This is what I'm saying. I didn't even know that.
That's what I'm saying. But people are like, oh, but he was never proved to be a nonce. Okay, a court of law might not have said it, yeah, but you're telling me that if your mate is like, oh yeah, my best friend is 9-year-old boy. Oh, but I never had a childhood. So that makes it all right. That I'm a big 40-year-old man, best friends with 9-year-olds, and I want them to sleep in my bed. And I hang out with them all the time on my own.
And I talk like this.
And I talk like this. And we know that wasn't even his voice. Madness. And you're telling me he's not nonce.
No,
I love Michael Jackson.
I didn't know about the bath thing.
It pisses me off when people are like, oh no.
Yeah, if you're gonna talk to me about Michael Jackson, just be willing to say I'm gonna say his music's great, but I'm gonna talk about the nonsense. I'm
gonna give up Mrs. Chantal Bogle again, another big up because she's always commenting, and I love that. So thank you.
Well, we've got a lot of constant commenters on there.
Yeah, big up you guys. Hopefully, if we get a Patreon, you guys will sign up to it so that you can hear more stuff.
Yeah, people, like when I talk about this page, like we're gonna be. KAIRA doesn't know this yet. I'm saying this now, but I watch podcasts. Yeah. And I see them begging like every week. It takes up a chunk of their episode, trying to get people to sign up.
And subscribe.
But more to sign up to the Patreon. And I know my sort of character is I want to say it once, discreetly, and not come across beggy. But we are going to be beggy.
What if I'm putting twerking videos on there?
You're definitely not putting twerking videos on. But I mean, if we can up the tier.
Very mindful and demure twerking videos.
But what I will say is this, right? This is how much of a beggy it actually is. Because I'm going to be honest. Me and KAIRA, it's no secret now, we are settling. We're leaving our jobs.
I didn't know what he was going to say then.
We're leaving our jobs and all forms of work that we get here. We're looking for other ways to make money online. Which we're actively doing now and trying to figure that out.
Twerking videos.
But like we can't rely on it. But I often say, well, like we could go hard on this podcast and this could end up making some money that will help. So when we are looking to move, which is January, February, we are going to need you lot support. And if you are supporting us by then, the podcast can obviously continue because that's what we want to do.
And we can do extra things for you as
well. But it would have to, it's got to work for us. Like, and I see podcasts that I like. I watch. There's 3 podcasts that I watch, UK podcasts, and I'm not ashamed to like big them up. I watch Rated 18. I watch Luke and Pete, and I watch what was the third one I watched? Oh, Shits and Gigs. But the thing is, right now I only really watch Luke and Pete. I go through phases. I don't watch them all at the same time. But I've gone through right now. I'm watching a lot of Luke and Pete. But what I've noticed in all 3 of these podcasts is they heavily ask for the Patreon sign-ups. It's not once. Sometimes it's twice an episode, and it's definitely every episode. And for me, I know I don't like doing that. It seems beggy. But I'm letting you lot know that we are going to be doing that. So when we do start the Patreon,
and I actually do have Patreons for other podcasts.
You actually subscribe.
While you're bigging up your podcast, I'm going to big up my favourite podcast. Can I do that too?
What's your favourite podcast?
So I listen to Red Handed True Crime Podcast. I have them on Patreon. I also listen to the Receipts podcast. That's an amazing UK podcast as well. And they've just started a Patreon as well, which I'm going to sign up to. And also like you're saying, if you're one of those people that has like listened to CHATaBOX from the beginning, or maybe you're just joining us now, we're at the like founding parts. Like I've been listening to the Receipts now for like 7 years, I think or like maybe 5 years or something like that. So like way back from the beginning. And Red Handed I've been listening to for years. And it's like this weird sort of proud feeling that you get when you're like, you've been there from the beginning. So like I hope people have that. I also listen to one that is not very big, and it's like one of the rare ones I listen to, which is American, which is Dinner Party Histories, and I really like those girls. So if you are into anything like historical but they're still really funny, listen to Dinner Party History. I listen to loads of others as well. Oh, Miss Me, Lily Allen, Makita Oliver as well. Listen to a lot of podcasts.
Well, I'm quite new to listening to podcasts. It's only really been a lot. Since we started this, I started watching podcasts. I think I started watching them out of like research. But then I got into them.
We both sometimes listen to Diary of a CEO, but that's quite a big one.
100%, yeah, like obviously. So, and I don't hear him asking for Patreon sign-ups, but I think
I don't think he needs
he's
it.
a dragon
at
the end of the day.
He's
Do you know what I mean?
millionaire.
He's a fucking dragon. But yeah, we will be possibly even like now you're on board and you're quite Monica, quite. The Patreon's already been made. I just haven't done anything with it because we need to think about what extra content we're doing.
But I'm interested to see what you guys think about, like what type of things you want on the Patreon. Like, would you want? Because some people, they have Patreons that are like just support us, right? Which I think is cool, but I want to give something.
Yeah, I feel like from the experience I've got, and bear in mind I haven't signed up to anyone's Patreon. So I don't actually know what they're doing on their Patreon, which I might, because I'm actually, like I said, I've only been watching podcasts the last few months. So now I'm watching it, I'm like, I kind of want a bit more. Like I do actually want a bit more. So I want our Patreon to give more. I don't want it to just feel like I could have just got this on the YouTube.
Or maybe we could do like Ask Us Anything on the Patreon.
Also, I want to do like challenges and activities. Like we're so competitive off camera.
Do you want to do a fun more?
Do you want a fun more right now? Have a fun more right now.
I'm pretty sure I beat you.
I always this is why are you asking for fun more? This is the only thing you're actually good at. This is actually something. But do you know why you beat me? Because we're playing with my right hand and I broke my thumb.
Okay, what about fives?
So I've got terrible mobility.
Fives
I can win because I'm in your head.
From them.
Who's going first?
How do we do that? Is it 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3, then the number.
Okay.
Ready?
I'll go first.
Alright, cool.
1, 2, 3, 10.
1, 2, 3, 5.
1, 2, 3, 10.
1, 2, 3, 0.
You win.
Yeah. Let's do this fun more. I think I can beat you. I don't have good. I can't come back enough. Watch how she cheats.
Do you feel how that clicked then?
Yeah. Let's go.
The thing is, we do this for a long time. It's not very good.
It's because you're. I'm down for like going in. Stop moving your hand. Keep your hand still. And you're digging your nails in my fingers. I can't help it.
My nails are just long.
Yeah, you've got a weapon. You've got a sword. Come on. Ooh. Ooh.
This is awful podcast content.
I'm actually doing well today.
You are.
But
It's all that fucking gaming shit.
Teasing them and teasing them. Teasing them and counter fire. Ooh.
You're gonna have to cut this down.
Keep your hands still.
Says you that just went like that. How can you say keep your hands still and then do this?
Keep your elbow on your knee. Yeah, that's it. Less movement.
2, 3. That was free.
No,
that was
It's not
free.
enough. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to find more, by the way, not 3. Let's see if I can just be firm. I've got a cramp in my wrist, KAIRA.
I win.
Oh, I've got a cramp in my wrist.
I win.
To be continued.
But
I'm happy with that.
To crop that out.
You didn't win, and I'm quite happy with that because normally
usually win.
you normally win far more. I've
How
got
much
such a
hurt?
cramp in my hand
I'm ready to go.
and my knee. Nah.
Anyway, let's finish this
Finish
up
off
here.
the show.
But as a
Patreon
baseline,
may or may not be set up by the time this goes out. If it is, the link will be there. Maybe there'll be a free tier just to get you over there. Maybe there'll be £1. I don't know. But we're gonna do something, and the idea behind it is we need you guys to support this show.
Let's wait until this comes out.
Because they're supporting us.
Yeah, but let's wait until this comes out, see what they think.
And we need the money so that we can go live in Thailand.
Broke ass bitches.
Because it's scary. It's scary. It's very scary. Like, we've both got ways to make money here.
And if you do sign up to the Patreon, in like 1.5 years' time, I will live stream my birth.
Ugh.
I'm joking.
I don't even want to be there for that.
I'm joking.
Yeah, that is the end of the show, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the new duo you're gonna see on screen, and it's gonna. I don't know. I'm actually excited to see because it's funny because I wake up with you, I eat breakfast with you. We go training together. We now do the podcast together. And then we go bed together and we watch series together. You're kind of taking over all of the real estate in my life. And I'm not mad about it. So that's the end of the show. I've been your boy Bailey, not Reese.
And I've been KAIRA.
Take care, guys. Bye. Oh, I normally say peace. You throw me off. Peace.